This is a big message. You are being prepared for the universal law of correspondence, as within, so without. So this says to see life as the ultimate mirror, guiding you to the highest version of yourself. It seems to be one main running theme, right? But it kind of explains some of the steps that you have taken and you are going to need to take in order to do this very last bit. It looks like there are some perks along the way, and then we'll just pull some tarot to kind of tie all of this together. So we'll start with the intention. I intend to serve as simply a mirror, a reflection of that which you already know, so that you may gain more knowledge about yourself. Okay, so let's start. So the very first card out is the Perfect Storm card 44, the courage to step into life. This card talks about standing in the eye of the storm. And during the eye of the storm, which is an incredibly turbulent time, you stand by and you watch all of the things that are around you be essentially ripped away. And the things that go first are the things that you care the most about, that you have the most attachment to. So this seems to be a theme that runs through the entire message regarding non-attachment and attachment to the wrong things, why things have been pulled from you recently, and the rationale behind that pull. Okay. So then we had Luna and Learn the Truth. Okay, so these talisman, Luna is regarding prophetic dreams. It's also about limiting, and I don't remember. The prophetic dreams is what stood out to me. So pay close attention to the dreams that impact you, because you're being told certain things and you're going to find that they are repetitive. If you can't remember your dreams when you wake up, do a request before you go to sleep, stating an intention. So that's what all of this is about. It's about understanding how powerful you truly are with the law of correspondence. So before you go to sleep at night, if you have difficulty remembering your dreams, state your demand of the universe to remember your dreams. I intend to communicate with whomever, your higher self, during your sleeping hours, and you intend to remember them when you wake up. Keep a journal nearby in case you wake up. Go ahead and jot down what you remember. I think you're gonna start having pretty consistent information that's coming into your dreams. For this, I was advised that you not try to use the ego for knowledge about science and how the subconscious will pull ideas up that you are worried about, right? Take the messages of the dreams as they are. Take the messages of the dreams. Okay. And then learning the truth. Learning the truth reminds me a lot of breakdown of ego, right? You would think it would be about seeking knowledge, and it is in a way. It's like seeking knowledge about your shortcomings. So I did pull a bunch of different decks to pull like what it was that we are unaware of in the moment that are egoic shortcomings that we could go ahead and take care of before this entire thing kind of starts coming about. So the first deck is regarding a fated reunion in time. So I'm assuming that whoever this message is for has a relationship that is currently in separation, or you think that the separation of this relationship has some substantial meaning. So like I know on this channel a lot, I get a lot of like twin flame stories, a lot of soulmate stories, a lot of karmic stories, stuff like that. So if you have this soulmate, twin flame, some sort of attachment, right, to this label, this is what they're talking about with card 44, the perfect storm, and pulling away all of those attachments. So there's a fated reunion like that you think is coming, like the time for that reunion is inevitable because of the definition of your current relationship. So you're being told at this time that that is a self-limiting belief, that label, and that it is all an act. So illusionary at this point. All of these things are going to seem like, wait, what? It's going to blow your mind. Um, but the outcome is going to blow your mind. Okay, so that is the first stack of learning the truth. The next thing, your state of lack. Sorry about the camera, as always. I know I suck. I don't suck. I'm actually awesome. I'm a divine being having a human experience. My human experience is not very technical. Okay, so notice that this is the feather of truth, if you can see it. Okay, and it says that someone has unmet needs. Just the statement that someone has unmet needs indicates lack, right? So one of those shortcomings here that have to be rectified before this entire thing can take place is we have addiction, but I don't believe that it is addiction like we normally talk about addiction. This is addiction to fear. The addiction to fear. I know it's kind of weird when you think about it, but genuinely, like, take a moment. Addiction to fear. How many things can you write down on a piece of paper right now that you are afraid of? Afraid of not being able to pay your bills, afraid of losing we'll just keep going that direction, losing your house, losing your car, losing your job, losing a significant partner. Where else are you? You're fearful that people will talk about you, that you will feel insecure and people will catch on. You fear what other people think. You fear what just all of those things, and they're all triggers to where we have those self-limiting beliefs that we are not the divine beings that we are. And you have unappreciated and reciprocity. I feel like I'm giving too much in this relationship and it's not giving anything back. This person doesn't care about me. They don't appreciate the things that I do. Like all of these are lack states of mind. They're lacks that we don't really identify usually as lack. That feeling of feeling unappreciated. Well, I mean, the definition itself is lack of appreciation. But when do we ever look at that in manifestation and we think, okay, that's a lack mindset? I don't know. To me, it was like, what? Okay, reciprocity, same thing. We are constantly comparing our contributions to our situation and then seeing whether they measure up to the other human, which is simply a mirror of yourself anyway, if they're giving as much and then judging them as such. All right, so the final stack here for the shortcomings that need to be recognized, and oh, that was the one thing that I didn't say. So you're being prepared for the universal law of correspondence, and what I heard was time to purge. Time to purge. All right, so we have friendship, reflection, soul tie, retreat, and the card that came out was allow for time and space. Okay, so what I think that this is saying with this grouping, right, is with this soul tied connection, that label that you've already been told to go ahead, that's part of attachment. You need to get rid of the label. The reflection within that label, you can make space or hold space for a time to contemplate the reflection of it. So you're not focusing on the person that was in the soul tie. You're focusing on what that person showed you about yourself. What they showed you about yourself. that's going to indicate where some of your shortcomings are. Okay? So there is something about friendship and retreating from friendship at this time. I don't believe that you are currently on a friend basis with your other person that you are in separation with, and we're going to start using that as a label instead of an actual thing. I think after this reading, it's kind of intense. I know it's kind of intense. It's a lot of information. Okay, so the reason that all of this came about was one word. I mean, this was pulled in the middle of the reading. It was about the perfect storm, but rejection. Rejection. It's like a big stop sign. No, no. Rejection. What does rejection mean to you? If you've ever watched anything else, when I start to monologue, right, the rejection you always hear is God's protection, right? And I always say rejection is a redirection for your protection, meaning these are things that are immovable. These are the mountains, that are immovable that you have to go around. And that's where you are right now. You are in the process of purging all of the things that you have attachments to, all of them. And that includes rejection. But rejection came out by itself, like it was an entire beast all of its own. Oh, that's right. And it is right there, 33, card 33 beast. So rejection, have you acknowledged the rejection component in what you are going through, right? In this release of the relationship, it feels like the perfect storm is going to pull away everything. And your relationship was part of the perfect storm. The perfect storm is in preparation for your fruition, which is Netcaster. We haven't talked about that yet. Okay, so the next cards that came out are Sage card 2 and Beast card 33. Sage is about harmony, acceptance, and patience. Acceptance is the key here. These things are being stripped away from you if you're not purging them on your own. So it's kind of like Source saying at this time, start taking inventory and start purging the things that no longer serve you, or they will be removed. Shift or be shifted. Remove these things. Both of these cards talk about lower vibrational energies and how they impact you and your growth. And I talk about that all the time. But these specifically are talking about acceptance, patience, and start cleaning out the closet. Like really start doing a thorough assessment of the people and things that you are attached to. Okay, so another way that you can handle attachment, because you're not like going to get rid of all your shoes and stuff like that, is to understand the impermanence of all things. It will also help you with situations like this that come with great pain and heartache, right? These things, you will not have that visceral reaction to these things in a state of non-attachment, knowing that they are impermanent, right? And then that state of unconditional love for others as they are but a mirror of yourself, that you are the same, and they are here to show you things for your soul's evolution. All right, so card 33, Beast, conflict, competition, and oppressors. Okay, so this is a wolf. I know it looks like a warthog, but it's a wolf. And it talks about how wolves, just one, outside of the pack, are not nearly as dangerous as those within the pack. So you have what it takes to overcome the conflict, competition, and the oppressors that are currently in your environment. This is also about the cutting out things that cause you those feelings of being oppressed, being controlled, the things that control you, which goes right back to the things that you are attached to. If you are not attached to the object, person, situation, job, environment, they do not control you. So when they are ripped away from you in the perfect storm, you won't have any feelings about it. You'll just be able to watch it go by. This is also a state of centering, being within center and being able to watch as your thoughts just go by. That'll lead to emotional regulation, which will help you as well. Okay, so now we get to the good part. All right. So regarding the relationship that was taken from you, right? So the message here is about the closure of it. That is a really important thing. It's closing out this cycle because none of this can start. Well, I mean, it'll start without your, without your okay, because you've already okayed it. The chemistry that you felt during this relationship, not to negate your experience in any way, but the chemistry was but an illusion, right? It was in preparation, especially if you had been cycling with this person, it was in preparation for this moment, okay? Um, all right. And then we have neglected, mend, confusion, and new chapter. The labels that were placed on this relationship to begin with were erroneous in nature. All right, the apology that you want in order to get closure. Okay, the apology you want will need to be intuitive. Okay, you just need to go within to find that closure, that apology. Ooh, I'm getting cold chills on that. Because you're not going to be able to, there's not going to be an outward apology. And if it is illusion. You have to have boundaries at this time for the things that do not serve you. And if you felt rejection from a person's actions, whether it was their choices during the relationship or they are walking away from it, you need to be able to stand in your own spiritual sovereignty and know that I am a divine being. And this is not anything that dishonors me or is dishonoring my soul. And I will not dishonor my soul. All right. And we have moving on, and then we have moving on from divine counterpart. But we are moving on from that divine counterpart because of this energy activation and the success and abundance and happiness, overcoming obstacles and releasing what does not serve us because it is the last stage of manifestation. They were like that. I definitely don't try to fake out the universe. Okay, now here comes the truly yummy part. So this all seems pretty tragic, right? Like you're losing everything that you love, everything that you've become comfortable in, all of those limiting beliefs that are like your ego's security blanket, right? You're basically ripping away everything that you know up until this moment. And what should support you at this time is the law of cosmic creation, your thoughts echoing into eternity. This law is the law that keeps gravity together. Like the reason that you don't have to manifest your cell phone and then 10 minutes later, when you're not thinking about your cell phone, manifest your cell phone again. It's those things that cause like matter to become permanent. That's that law of cosmic creation. It's like an agreement, a cosmic agreement with everyone here on Earth is the best way that I can kind of understand it. But what's supporting you at this time is the law of rhythm. The universe is guiding you, go with the flow. But this is actually the law of what goes up must come down, like that flow. So you are being stripped away of nothing in preparation to go to the highest peak of the next wave. All right. And the next wave is the law of correspondence. Your closet is being cleaned out so that your manifestations are instantaneous, so that the way that you feel on the inside, that's calm, collected, peaceful, is the way that your experience is on the outside. It's like changing the screen on your virtual reality headset, right, to paradise, and then putting it on. And then everything in your environment is going to reflect that, right? So after you clean up everything about lack and about I'm not good enough and about I've been rejected, and you clean up all of that stuff, what's left? Pure divinity, ultimate everything, unlimitlessness, unlimitedness, limitlessness. Okay. So the preparations that you're doing now is because this netcaster, your preparations come to fruition. And it starts with closing the door, taking off the many masks, so that you can see the authentic self. Coming in on the other deck, Sorcerer, ambition, willpower, and creation. Okay. Like this prudence, which is self-assured, and then abundance under that with prosperity. We also have rebirth under there, but we've already done that. Okay. Same thing here, mindfulness, knowledge, leadership, wisdom, financial security, willpower, and then magical power. Okay, was that clear? I feel like it took so much to get there. So basically, in a nutshell, I think that the focus right now is on non-attachment. Non-attachment, people, places, things. Make sure that you could get rid of them in a blink of an eye, not have feelings about it. That doesn't mean that you don't love them, and that doesn't mean that you want to get rid of them. It doesn't mean anything. It just means that in the event that there is a storm and it is all stripped away, what will you be after? Will you be a tear-stained, babbling mess, fearful of the future? Or will you sit back and just say, okay, well, wasn't that interesting? I can't wait to see what the universe has for me tomorrow. Knowing that you are the ultimate creator and you create your own reality. All right, so let's see what is in store for the viewer. Goodness. I'm going to go back to doing relationship readings. I'm kidding. I love this stuff. All right. Yeah. So this is you right now. Two of Swords. Like you're like, look, I'm only here 23 minutes in because I have my earbuds in and I'm cleaning the tub. So now, like, this is you blocking. This is you totally resistant to making these choices. Remember, the resistance, you can sit in resistance and the universe will fully support your sitting in resistance until your soul says, no more dishonoring me, and rips all of it away. Because that's the agreement you made. All right, what is the viewer's biggest concern at this time? Biggest concern that we can address at this time? Okay, the relationship with the Ace of Cups, or is this a new one? This must be a new one. So your question is, yeah, I'm going to sit here and not do anything until you tell me what am I going to get as far as a partner. All right, fair enough. What is the viewer going to get as far as a partner? Anything you desire? Like, write it out, manifest. Tell the universe what you want. Ask and it is given. You have to release the expectations after you decide what to manifest. Oh, you know what? That just reminded me. Okay, so there was this beautiful layout on mind treatments and manifestation. Okay, so a spiritual mind treatment is about setting your intention to the exact thing that you are treating or what you are manifesting essentially. So recognize that everything is created from one source. This is one life force, one infinite creative substance, which resides within and as everything. So then, having recognized the magnificence and awesome power of the one presence that is absolutely everything, you can identify the same intelligence as your consciousness. So that's like saying you are the one, right? And then declare that you direct energy upon the cause and effect universal law for a specific outcome. That would be your manifestation, right? And then give thanks, give gratitude, knowing that it is already received. And then release any thoughts of outlining on how to control how they will unfold. That's it. That's all you have to do. That's it. I just thought it was such a beautiful way to manifest. So much clearer than all of the other things. And then, for God's sakes, don't look around and say how, your love is not here yet. Don't do that. Oh my gosh. Ace of Cups to the lovers, to the Ace of Coins, to Justice. Oh my God, to the Sun, and then the Seven of Coins. So you said, I'm not doing any of this until you tell me what I get in the end. You get the Ace of Cups. Pure unconditional love. New opportunity, brand new relationship. Divinely matched with the lovers. Brand new opportunity for prosperity. Perfectly arranged. You could also say this is justice of the peace if you're looking for a long term, right? Ultimate happiness with naked babies in the sun, right? Just manifest it. No, this is not the magician. This is the thing that everybody struggles with the most, right? Is that you've planted all the seeds, you've done all the work, and now you're just simply waiting back. Do you think that this person is waiting back saying, I don't see any fruit, I don't see any fruit, I don't see any fruit, I don't see any fruit? No. She's like, man, all right, perfect. Everything is done. Now, I know that there will be fruit. So what is she doing? Actually, she's just standing there. She's looking like it was kind of a long walk from the house to the tree. But she's like, I know that there will be abundance there. And she's letting it go. Let's go do something else. Let's go walk the dog. That's all. All right. What is available to you? Anything that your heart desires. Wait, didn't I just say that? I did. Well, I mean, I didn't, but that's what I just heard. That was the whatever you want to call it, packet of information or thought form. Anything you desire. Seven of Cups. You are unconditionally loved and supported by the universe at this time. My unconditional love to you as well. For those of you badasses that made it through 30 minutes of this insanity, hats off to you. Like, that's amazing. Okay, well, it was given to me, so it's somebody's message. Until next time, take care of yourself.